What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I'm here to review last night's episode of 24 Legacy. This episode took place between the hours of 6 and 7 p.m. But before I get into it, I just want to make a few corrections. Last week, I incorrectly stated that there were only 8 episodes this season. Don't ask me where I got that from. I messed up, but I'm going to apologize because I believe there's more than 8. I can't remember where I read that, but that was wrong. There's not just 8 episodes this season. Also, I want to shout out to Continuum Meditations because they let me know the name of the main villain. Because last week I kept saying J Dilla, G Dalla, Jahala. I kept messing up his name in the video. Being lazy, I could have stopped the video, looked it up or whatever, but his name is Jadala bin Khalid. So shout outs to you, Continuum Meditations, for that. I do appreciate that. Now, let's get right into this review. I'm going to say spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen this episode, stop right here because I'm going to spoil things and then come back later and give me your thoughts. All right, let's get right into episode 6 to 7 p.m. We see Daddy Donovan is still not cooperating. You know, Major Dad, if y'all remember him from Major Dad and Simon and Simon. I know I'm showing my age. Gerald McRaney, great actor. Daddy Donovan is still not cooperating with CTU. He's playing tough. He's playing hardball. He's acting like he doesn't know anything, that he wasn't involved, and he's sticking to that. And there's nothing they can do to get him to change. So, he was playing tough. He's getting real cocky, let me go, whatever. So they release him. But as they released him, his son is being distracted because Rebecca decides, you know what, we're going to release him, or we're going to make him think that we're releasing him. But what we're actually doing is we're calling in the big guns. And guess who the big guns were? Tony Almeida. Yes, Tony Almeida is back. He's a character fan favorite from the previous 24, the original 24. He was Jack's adversary. They went back and forth. Just a character that we loved. And we last seen him trying to escape prison. And so it was just great to see him. And hopefully this will boost ratings. And hopefully those fans who don't like 24 Legacy will watch because they see a fan favorite from the original series is now a part of it. So Tony's here to help Rebecca get Papa Donovan to speak and tell the truth. So it was a really cool scene. We see Papa Donovan get in the car, and the way they ambushed him and took over his car, and they took him, put a bag over his head, took him to this secret place. Rebecca meets them there, and the funny thing is Rebecca's husband does not know where his father is. He doesn't know that Rebecca's doing this. It's like, damn, she's trying to get this information out of her father-in-law. So we also learn that Tony and Rebecca have some sort of past. There's a lot of past relationships this season going on here. Tony's has a past with Rebecca. They touched on it briefly. And so he was like, look, I'm just here for the money, because the girl that's with him was like, oh, so you were dating her? Is that why we took this job? There was some relationship between the two of you? He's like, no, that was in the past. I'm just here for the money to do a job. So I thought it was really cool. I wish they would have showed him torturing him. Maybe they will in the next episode, but I wish they would have showed something. But we do know that he let him know, listen, we're going to inject you with this, and it's going to feel like your skin is burning. When we get through with you, we're going to get all the information that we want out of you. Now, I don't know about you. If that was me, the minute you would have told me that, I would have told you everything you needed to know. All right, let's move right along. Let's move on to Andy and Eric. So we see Andy going out to check the alarm that went off, and that was really actually a way for Eric to get him out there so that Eric can get his help. So we see Eric jack him up and tell him, listen, I need your help. I need you to, the flash drive has been, needs repairing. It has the sleeper cell information. Bin Khalid Jadala has my wife and my brother, and I'm going to need your help because he says he will kill them if I don't help him retrieve and restore the sleeper cell information. So what we're going to do, Andy, is you're going to pretend to restore the information when in actuality, you're going to put a virus on the flash drive. We're not giving him this information. So Andy's like, okay, but what's the plan for us to, how are we going to get out of this? How are we going to escape? So Eric is like, we're not. So it's a suicide mission. So Andy thought about it and he's like, okay. So he's on board. So now we see Andy, he had to go retrieve some information to get his virus, to prepare the virus. We see him with Locke, and we see how Locke kind of notices that Andy's acting a little funny. Has the terrorist attack got you a little off? You seem a little off, Andy. What's going on? So Andy's telling him, I always loved you, and this, that, and the third, saying his goodbyes, which naturally makes Locke suspicious. So as we see Andy and Eric getting ready to go on their mission, here comes Locke. I'm like, Locke, come on, man. You're slowing things down. He's like, what are you doing with him? What's going on? So they tell him what's going on, and he's not going for it. He's like, you don't have to do this. There's another way. Next, while he's trying to talk Andy out of it, Eric just hits Locke. They get into a really cool, quick fight, and we see Andy pull out the gun. Andy's like, don't move. So Locke is like, you're not going to shoot me. I'm your man. You ain't going to shoot me. Eric is like, he won't, but I will. So they tie Locke up, and they tie him up, and now they're off to this mission to meet up with Jadala. Oh, please tell me I'm saying his name right. And pretend to give him this information that he wants. Meanwhile, back at CTU, Donovan Jr., I'm calling him Jr., Jimmy Smith's character, he's noticing, wait a minute, you released my father? He gets the call from his father's assistant that you released my father, so where is he? And he's like, and where's Rebecca? So now he's finding out what's going on, that they're going to, he's like, what are y'all doing with my father? And so Rebecca's like, he makes CTU call Rebecca. Rebecca calls him and tells him, listen, I have your father. The other interrogation didn't work, so we're doing it a different way. So he's like, don't touch my father until I get there. I say, screw all that. Torture his ass and get the information that you can get out of him. So let's go to Nicole and Isaac. They're being held hostage. And in these type of situations, what was a really good scene? We see Isaac is he tells Nicole, you chose the right one when you took my brother over me. We see Jadala gets him beat up. They beat up Isaac. They take Nicole because Nicole has to nurse. She's a nurse, and she has to help repair one of the wounds or tend to the wounds of Ben Khalid. And they're talking, and Nicole was tough. She was like, listen, he tells her he's going to kill her husband. She's like, you can try, but you better not miss, because I promise you, he won't. I was like, oh, Nicole's talking tough. She getting cocky. You know you're a hostage, right? And you acting all tough and cocky right now. You're a hostage. So let's fast forward to the scene where we're in the junkyard. Andy, Eric, the terrorists. They're in the junkyard. They're trying to make sure that Eric doesn't have CTU or anybody with him. And, now they're trying to be slick. And Eric is like, listen, where's my wife? Where's my brother? Release them, and then I will bring Andy to you, and you can get this information you need. So they're trying to play tough, and they weren't going to do it at first. Then Eric had to put the gun to Andy's head and was like, listen, you need him, right? So you're going to release my wife and my brother. So let me go back a little bit. Right before that scene, we see Nicole and Isaac in the car. And now Isaac is like, I love you. I'll always love you. Just confessing all these things. Although he told her earlier that she chose the right one, he's telling her, I always loved you and I still love you, because he's like, we about to die. He's thinking we're about to die. Now let's get back up to the scene where I was at. So we see Eric and Andy in the face-off in the junkyard. And Ben Khalid releases Isaac and he releases Nicole. And Nicole's like, you don't have to do this. Isaac is like, you don't have to do this. Come on, come on. He's like, no, y'all go. So they get in the car and escape. And I'm automatically thinking, this is not going to be that easy. You know these terrorists going to go after Isaac and... Look at me. You know they're going to go after Isaac and Nicole, and they're going to try to kill him. Shortly after I said that to the TV, because, you know, I tend to do that, yell at the television, here goes Ben Khalid when he takes Eric and Andy, he says, see how far they got and kill both of them. I was like, damn. So we got to wait till next week to see what happens. We know, I have a feeling what's going to happen. But another thing I noticed, I was online last night, and a lot of you were saying that you feel like there was in that scene, Isaac looked at Ben Khalid a certain way. And now people are saying that they think Isaac might be down with the terrorists as well. I don't know about that just yet, but a lot of people have been saying, I saw a lot of that on my timeline. A lot of people were saying that last night, that there's something not right with Isaac, and they think Isaac might be connected somehow to the terrorists. But we shall see in the next episode. I'm not sure about that. What do you guys think about that? I'm not really sure. But this was a good episode. I'm enjoying this show, and I hope that it stays around. I've been hearing things from some fans. Some people hate the show. Some people just miss Jack. I miss Jack too, but I think this show works. I think this show works, and I'm giving it a chance, and I'm enjoying it. You can't, I wouldn't compare him to Jack. I mean, it's hard to say that because it's still called 24, so it is big shoes to fill. But I think he's doing a great job, and I hope this show has some longevity to it. And maybe one day Jack will come back. Maybe he'll guest star. But until then, you can catch him out on ABC's Designated Survivor, which he's doing. That's another good show that just started back up. Great show. But anyway, that's it for now. Tell me your thoughts. Did you like tonight's episode? Are you liking 24 Legacy so far? Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. I appreciate it. You have a blessed one. I'm out.